harvest time has come. Good thing I have this clockwork barrow to help make harvesting the crops a little bit easier.
This little beauty followed me and made a new home by my side.
Oh, hello there, little one. My name is Kide. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Oh, hi there, little bird. You might want to leave soon. This dream is not rated PG.
I thought you would have entertained me a little. I guess I overestimated you.
Come, young wolf. I think I know of a particular lady that would love to make your acquaintance.
Hello, my little friend. Do you want a nut?
Rainy day man, you're much more than a friend. I would give anything just to see you again.
Momomi saved me last round and helped me live through the danger. I offered to help her out when she helped me, but she would not let me in. Getting to see her shot here, it does look better than mine, but the concept seems fairly generic. I can barely make out the bird too, and it should be just as much of a star as you. Oh, Momi, you are so great at making nice pictures. You just need to consider how to frame the shot to emphasize yourself as well as the round theme. Please don't go home yet, not like Silver.
The judges and I have made some decisions. Will the following models please step forward? Kide, Nini Fipsi, Maxwell, Lilith, Esme, and Gangly. You all represent the models with the strongest or weakest photos of the week. Lady Momi, Tarini, you are both safe. Oh, and Tarini, last week you won immunity, and this week it saved you from the bottom two.
I can do better.
Let the judging commence.
Dressed in my favorite botanist glamour, I chose to take a bright, sunny, and happy shot among the vegetables, showing off how farm work can be fun and easy.
Great use of color and lighting in this shot. Your glamour really matches well with the scene. My favorite thing about this shot is how the minion just blends right into the scene, and it just looks like an object that's just normally there. There's a bit of empty space in the bottom left area of the scene, but other than that, this is pretty well done.
Esmeralda's idea to use the clockwork barrel to make it look like she's gathering more of the cabbage was a really great idea. My only thing that I find wrong with it is the fact that the leaves are going through the minion. I don't know if a different angle would have actually been a lot better to help hide that or not, but regardless, this picture was really good.
This has to be one of the cutest shots of a minion ever, and it's a wheelbarrow. I don't know how you pulled it off, but that is amazing.
This is a really cute screenshot. It seems like an image that would appear in an issue of Eorzea Better Homes and Gardens. Actually, can we make that a thing?
I chose this specific location for my background to give the shot a secret, fantasy-like place I imagine unicorns would dwell in.
Two things I love, a unicorn and a unicat. It's cute and magical, but I think the choice of setting is not right. If only this could have been taken out in the snow or somewhere more matching the silver-white color palette. I'm just not sure that the thorn thicket is fitting, and the pose is boring too. It's like, these things are cute, but why are they here?
This shot was actually another one of my favorites this round. Your minion just looks really proud to be standing next to you, and your glamour matches him really well. The light shining into the scene and the lens flare looks really great, and the particle effect, it just adds the icing on the cake for me. On the downside, there's not much emotion coming from your character, so an emote probably would have been welcome here.
While I love the beautiful sun rays and you really coordinated well with your minion, overall I just find the shot lacking. The location seems a bit random, you're completely motionless just standing there, and the sun leads us to a lot of empty space on the right side.
Choosing to have her outfit matched out of the unicorn was a really good idea. She looks really elegant. Speaking of elegance, the background here really does not fit, especially with the thorns. The thorns just make everything look off and a bit ominous. So if I were her, I think it would have been a lot better to choose a different Black Shroud location.
I chose this shot because I initially wanted to take my minion into the dungeon itself, which was St. Mosian, but since you can't, the scenery outside seemed to flow together with the colors overall, giving it the nature look I was kinda hoping for initially.
The location for this photo was definitely pretty, and I liked how the sprout was actually made to look up at the character. That was a really good job. I'm not really sure if the fact that it's supposed to be a scholar is a good idea. I think maybe more of a botanist, considering the minion itself happens to be a plant.
As much as I love Corpicers, I don't think the minion was really used in a super creative way. That being said, it is a very nice looking screenshot.
I think the setting and background choice here was really smart for this particular minion. The only complaint I have is that there doesn't feel like there's a whole lot of interaction actually happening between the two characters. I almost would have rather seen the scholar V pose or the B stance here, almost like he was studying the creature.
I'm lacking any and all context for this picture. Why are you in this location, wearing these clothes, in this coloring, doing this pose with this minion? Why the faded saturation? Why the random Dutch angle that makes me want to tilt my head? I always advocate telling a story with your picture, but on the most basic level, it's just a question of cohesion. If a composition is cohesive, the need for context falls away because the picture can stand on its own.
For the minion shot, it was a bit of a challenge since the particular minion I wanted to use was the baby bat, just because it kind of fit with my character pretty well, and he doesn't like to cooperate at all.
It was hard at first for me to even see the minions in this shot, and I'm not really a fan of the pose. I think it looks a little bit stiff and robotic. It's hard to see what direction she's looking in. Like, she's pointing in one direction but looking in a different direction. It just looks very unnatural to me, and the minions are hard to see as well.
I do really like the gothic vampire theme that's going on here, but I do find the minions a little hard to see.
Lilith, I absolutely love the concept of this shot. You can control bats? Both the glamour choice and the background really work here, but unfortunately, the black window panes bend up and down at the same angles as the bat minion's wings do. This makes it a little difficult to see them. I even thought that the window pane on the right was a bat at first. I would love to see you do a rehash of the shot one day, with you facing away from the camera and sending the bats into the sunset. Or maybe even looking dead into the camera with an evil grin that says, "My babies are coming for you, Rongi." That'd be awesome.
I like the color and lighting coming from the stained glass windows in this shot. Unfortunately, it's just not enough to overcome the rest of the issues with this image. Most notably, your character is looking in the complete opposite direction that she's pointing in. Facing towards the camera would have made this a much more dramatic shot. Also, the Mahachi coffin to the bottom right is jutting into the scene, and it's a real eyesore. You should have framed the image to include the coffin as either a full feature of the shot or just excluded it entirely so it doesn't distract from your overall image.
I really love the colors in this shot, and I really love the perspective of it. Almost seems like it's more coming from the little Fenrir pup than it is from me. And I also just really enjoy the wolves that I coordinated with the shot too. It was really fun.
Good choice of clothing. Right away our eyes are drawn to you, and your expression pulls our gaze further into the picture to Mini Fenrir. If it were only that, it'd be a bog standard picture, but you bring your usual humor and expand the story with your hungry wolf extras. I only wonder if the black movie bars were necessary, since they threaten to cut off your hair.
If I understand correctly, it seems that this guy is some sort of huntsman training young wolves. It's really neat, and it does make me wish for a Beastmaster job. The model's calm, steady gaze at the minion seems to tell a story. It's a nice shot.
The idea to use the Fenrir pup as the baby with the wild wolves in the background as the really angry parents was a really great idea. I loved how crisp and vibrant the background and the sky were. This was an excellent job.
This is a really excellent use of both the minion as well as environmental mobs to kind of tell your story in this image. The only complaint I have is that I wish the glamour almost had a wolf vibe to it, like you were the leader of the pack trying to welcome in this new little cub.
I love my Nutkin minion, and I also love the botanist gear. It just looks like that I found him in the woods and tried to feed it with a nut I just harvested.
So I really love when you can feel a lot of emotion coming from a scene, and this one really just pulls on my heartstrings. The Nutkin just looks really happy, almost to the point of tears that you gave him his precious acorn, and the joy your character feels from helping her animal friends just oozes right off the screen. Your use of color here is really amazing. The contrast you bring and your limb darkening effect really puts the focus right where it needs to be and adds a nice touch of color to the scene as well. The one drawback to this scene is the log that the Nutkin is standing on is taking up almost a quarter of your whole image, and it's kind of an eyesore. Other than that though, great work.
This is a beautifully executed picture. Not only do you work it well thematically in the sense that everything works together, but you also take up most of the picture, creating little to no empty space. And on top of that, you work the lighting so that our focus is subconsciously pulled to the center of the picture where you two are.
Nini Feepsy, this shot is adorable. You have it perfectly angled to look like the squirrel is eating straight from your hand. The glamour choice also gives this shot an outdoor feel, working great with the background. I think my favorite thing about this shot is that you got the squirrel to stand on the tree trunk, bringing him up to eye level with you. Very smart, and again, adorable.
Minions are notoriously difficult to get to cooperate for most screenshots, and I think she did a really awesome job here getting that Nutkin in just the right position for this image. I love how vibrant her glamour is, that it's still pulling all the attention to her.
Time for the results. The model with the highest score this week is Nini Feepsy.
Awesome!
Congratulations! You've won immunity in the next round. Not only did you win this week, but you also received a #1 ranking from all 7 judges. Amazing job, Nini Feepsy. Maxwell, Esme, you are both safe. Gangly, Keaton, Lilith, you are the bottom 3 this week, and only 2 of you can move on to the next round. One of those models is Lilith. Gangly, this is your second time in the bottom 2. After weeks of being at the top, you've spent the last few weeks at the bottom. Where did the Gangly from round 0 through 3 go? The judges and I can't help but think maybe you've tuckered out and become exhausted by the competition. Kide, this is your second time in the bottom 2 as well. You started off this cycle at the bottom, but came back with a vengeance by winning round 3. But that win saved you from an elimination that sent Infira home. To the judges and I, you've become a risk, a gamble, and we have to wonder if it's wise to place our bets on you any further. So who stays? Gangly.
Oh, thank goodness.
This is your last chance, little Mikote. Wake up and show everyone that you truly have what it takes to be Eorzea's next top model. Good luck. Kide, thank you so much for competing. You don't know how excited I was to have a male Mikote join the cast. Your journey so far has been really fun to watch, and brought so many twists to the cycle. While the judges and I may have stopped placing our bets on you, do not give up hope. Just because you're out does not mean it's over. Good luck in the eliminated models head-to-head competition and the fan bring-back vote. Until we meet again, take care.
I'd like to dedicate this win to... Eliminated? Are you serious? Wait, it couldn't have been the laxatives I put... no, that actually wasn't me.